your side presentation. Mr. Take the first question.
Hi, thanks. There's a lot of talk around policy and framework that's necessary in order to enable all of this to happen. Do you know any incentives the government is looking at, specifically financial incentives, to attract and draw this kind of investment and development that's going to be needed to take this forward? Sorry, it's Ian K with Innovation Summit.
So I was delaying the question because the gentleman from Antron, I wanted him to be able to ask the question. Alan, I know there's the issue of funding whenever you talk to any government department or any agency, the issue of funding. Have you guys, between yourselves and the RTOC, which now controls the entities, and to some stakeholders that you already work with, the tracking companies which are collecting a whole lot of data, have you guys looked at monetizing with a view to offsetting the infrastructure cost? And because the data that the Altrons of this world are collecting, you guys are collecting, surely if monetized, it could fund some of the infrastructure. That's one. The other one, the issue of, for instance, the cat eyes, them being victims of the future from the connectivity point of view. How have you guys looked at monetizing the data with a view to funding that? Because I'm sure someone who's interested in that data wouldn't mind to fund the infrastructure that collects the data.
Is that my question? Thank you very much.
Okay. There's a question on financial incentives. It's something we've consulted on the behavioral economics in order to change behavior. Discovery has done it quite successfully in the sense that you are able to get some of your premiums back. And they can do that because they're selling a service that people need. Our business is quite different. But looking at, for instance, the ARPA situation, if you get an infringement and you pay it within the first 30 days, you get a 50% discount. So that's just an example of some of the financial incentives. We've also been engaging with the freight industry about voluntary compliance. There's a standard that they're implementing and they're regulating themselves. And one of the things that they've asked about is to make it easier for them to have passage, efficiency, not losing time on the roads and so on. Those are some of the things that we're looking at. We have a standard that we're looking at, which is the ISO 39001, which we're looking to popularize amongst business. And we look at some of the incentives there. So the RTA is also coming up with an operator compliance incentive scheme. And we are talking about incentives there. It's definitely been proven that it can change behavior, but we need to be mindful of the fact that government still needs to do enforcement. And it's not as easy as it is for the private sector. There was also a question about the sale of road traffic information. For us at the RTMC, we have developed a quite comprehensive document about how we're going to fund ourselves going forward. And that's why we developed a funding model. And the sale of road traffic information is definitely one of the areas that we're looking at. We know, for instance, insurance companies want the accident reports, and they're already buying them from some of the local authorities. But it is definitely something that we're looking at as an income stream to support the maintenance of the system.
Maybe I'll just also add on the issue of incentives with regards to the Durban Aerotropolis initiative. I think you might also know that as an SEZ, the Durban Trade Board also also qualifies for incentives from the DTI as gazetted there are still challenges on the ground. Some of the incentives are not yet operational, but I think it's something that is being dealt with. But we also have non-SCZ incentives that we are exploring. For example, issues around ring fencing of rates. We are working with the city to explore that going forward. And also even issues around the land. Instead of buying the land, they do the trend for to be leasing land to developers or to potential investors as well. And also really looking at property rates, holidays, from a municipality point of view. So those are some of the things that we are working with. I think you might also add in the news that the president also officially opened the one-stop shop at the Trade and Investment KwaZulu-Natal, where SARS, all the CIPRO, a number of entities are now housed under one roof. So it's now easy for an investor to actually apply for all these documents within TIKZN, be it business licenses, be it business permits and so forth. You can now apply that within TIKZN. Thanks.
Yes, we have an internal debate in terms of what to do with the data. One thing we must remember, well, a couple of things you got to remember. SANO's a non-profit. So anything we make goes into your own portfolio. The other thing is that the data we have comes from public funds. So should it then not be available to the public? So, is it right that we sell it back to the people we got it from? But again, this is a debate. But at the same time, having said that, as part of this debate, SANO is looking at a business development strategy. And we're looking at pretty much every avenue we can think of to supplement our road development budget. Anything from some of the things, like for example, charging services or expertise to the other municipalities. I mean, to me, that's a good line. I think Winston Churchill said, trying to tax your way out of poverty is like standing in a bucket and trying to pick yourself up from that. It's just really going around in circles, I think, anyway. So whether that's a good idea or not, personally. But anyway, we are looking at every other possible avenue. But one thing you've got to understand, in selling data, when you're looking at 40 million rand a kilometre, you've got to sell a lot of data. Or you sell what you have at a hell of a price. Otherwise, we really, is it going to make much difference? It would be nice to be able to say, okay, let's do that, and then use that information and support other ITS type projects. That may be one of the things that comes out of our business development strategy. It's not just how to generate the money, but what we do with it as well.
Thank you very much. I think what Alan is basically saying is that as participants in this mobility business, we really need to support people and pay our tolls. That is the only way to fund the infrastructure that we need to enjoy.
I was about to say that, but thank you.
Welcome. Daryl, would you want to maybe close some closing remarks for us?
I'd just like to say with my local authority hat on that we've got to be, because let's face it, local authorities will, the bulk of the contracts are put out, and that's the lifeblood for all the engineering companies and contractors out there. As local authorities, we've got a responsibility to be aware of the speed with which technology is being developed, and to make sure that we've got strong strategies and implementation plans in force to enable us to actually keep pace with all this. Otherwise, we're just going to be chasing our tails for the rest of the time. I think one can bear that in mind. And yeah, guys, let's get these contracts out. World contractors out there are struggling, and we hold the purse strings. So that's it.
Thank you very much. I think what it all boils down to is working together from all of this to achieve, as Darren has already said. Thank you very much for all this interest and your cooperation with the audience. Thank you again to Mr. Hadar and the MCA for the invitation and the discussion.
Thank you, colleagues. Colleagues, we're doing well in the sense of time. We're actually 3 minutes ahead of time, so we'll finish on time. Just the way forward, and I'll be very short with the way forward. We will continue this debate through more roundtable meetings. Now, I think what was imperative today is at the next roundtable we need to address the matter of legislation. That is one thing that's key, and we will make sure that we focus on that. So the third Future Mobility Roundtable will be in February 2018 in Cape Town. And we aim to complete the feasibility study for the Mobility Centre for Africa by end of March 2018, so that we know how we must do it, who we take on board, and we make sure we've got all our partners on board. And then the very ambitious goal that my colleague said, and I want to challenge him, and saying, we're not going to say if we're going to make it, we are going to make it. We will have the Future Mobility Africa 2018 conference, and we will launch the first autonomous car in Africa. So I just want to take this opportunity to, in their absence, to thank our distinguished guests for their contribution in the day's events, our moderators, thank you very much, our speakers, and most importantly, our delegates that need to take the message out there. And in closing, unfortunately, I must single out a single person here today, Carl. Thank you for facilitating this beautiful venue and helping us to host this event here on your doorstep. Thank you, Carl. And I'll conclude today with your last slide to say, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Thank you.